Hey everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you an important update for Social Security recipients. Well, guys, there's some very good news since a new bill has been introduced in the Senate that could potentially be increasing your Social Security benefits. So, of course, I've included all the information here. Make sure you guys stay until the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's do this. All right, guys, so let's start talking about this new bill that has been proposed in the Senate. So, this bill is actually looking to increase Social Security payments for seniors. Now, if you guys remember in some of my previous videos, we talked about COLA adjustments, which are pretty much done like every year. Around October, they start giving out this information regarding the adjustment, how much is expected to increase for the following year, which wouldn't take into effect starting January of the following year, right? So the COLA pretty much doesn't take into account the full inflation. I think we've talked about that in several videos too. Seniors obviously face a lot of expenses, not just healthcare, but also housing and even groceries. So to combat this, a U.S. Senator has pretty much been in support of a legislation that would pretty much be increasing Social Security benefits for seniors. And so it says here today, U.S. Senator Gillibrand held a virtual press conference to announce the Boosting Benefits and COLAs for Seniors Act, the legislation to expand Social Security benefits for seniors. Now, if you guys remember in previous videos when talking about the COLA, we all know that they pretty much take into account the CPIW. And the CPIW pretty much stands for the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Under this bill, they want to use a different consumer price index. And so this one is pretty much called the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. So under their bill, they want to propose that this is used instead. So for example, in January of 2024, the CPIW increased Social Security benefits by 3.2%. Now, the same COLA using the CPIE formula, remember it's the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, this would have increased benefits by 4% in January of this year. Here is another press article from the United States Senate Special Committee on Aging. It says here, Casey colleagues introduced bill to increase Social Security benefits, helping seniors deal with rising costs. And so today, U.S. Senator, it says here, Bob Casey, chairman of the U.S. Senate Special Committee on Aging, joined his colleagues, Senator Richard, Peter, and John Fetterman, Kristen Gillibrand, which is the one we mentioned previously, and Bernie Sanders to introduce the Boosting Benefits and COLAs for Seniors Act. Again, the bill would help seniors contend with rising costs by changing the way Social Security cost of living adjustments are calculated to increase benefits and more comprehensively reflect the cost incurred by older adults. It also says here the Consumer Price Index for Americans aged 62 or older is another price index that is more reflective of the actual cost incurred by older adults. For example, within the CPIE, which is the one for the elderly, medical expenses are weighted more heavily than they are in the CPIW. And as we all know, the elderly, one of their major expenses is definitely medical, along with housing, and then, of course, food as well. I also found this document by Bob Casey, who is another senator, again, who is in support of this new bill that would pretty much be increasing Social Security benefits. So it says here, the Boosting Benefits and COLAs for Seniors Act would, for one, direct the Social Security Administration to adjust benefits on CPIE rather than CPIW. And then one thing I didn't notice here, but I'm noticing here in this document, is that it would also direct the Bureau of Labor Statistics to calculate and publish the CPIE on a monthly basis. So I've done a little bit of math here to show you guys what the CPIW versus the CPIE difference would look like for 2024. So let's say in 2024 you currently receive $1,000. If, this thing were to become law, pretty much, you can receive a difference of $96 more in the current year. For those that receive $1,200 for this year, you would be receiving $115 more, considering the CPIW would have increased the Social Security COLA by 4%, right? For those that receive $1,400, it would be $134 more. $1,600, it would be $154. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Do you guys prefer to receive like a 4% increase for them to use a whole CPI different instead of using the worker ones to use the elderly ones? Or would a flat rate increase be better? And since we're already talking about COLA, I did find several news articles that were giving pretty much an estimate for next year what the COLA would look like, right? So it says here next year's Social Security Cost of Living Adjustment or COLA could be a 2.4%, which would be an increase from January. It says here in January, they were estimating it would be a 1.75%. There's also another proposal that is being brought in by the House Republican Study Committee where they pretty much want to raise Social Security retirement age for younger workers, not for seniors. We're talking about younger workers here. Let me know your thoughts on this. So, down here in the article, they're also stating an influential committee within the House Republican Conference is recommending an increase in the Social Security retirement age. Now, guys, we all know the Social Security retirement age, or at least to receive the full benefits right now, is of 67 years of age. Now, I did want to do here some research and I looked up the US life expectancy currently. Right now for the United States, or at least in 2020, it was at 77 years of age. Considering right now the, to receive your full benefits at 67, I feel like it's something, politicians will never say, but I feel like they want to keep those two numbers as close as possible. Keep our life expectancy age as close as possible to the full, the age where you can receive your full Social Security retirement benefits. So let me know your thoughts on this. I feel like it's just something they're never going to mention because, of course, politics. But again, I mean, it feels like this is exactly what they're trying to do right now. So again, feel free to share in the comment section down below. And well, that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.